When we bought this house in 2020, it was an early 90s style. It was solid, but it was dated. Over the past 6 years, we have completely renovated every single room in this house, all by ourselves. Well, with the exception of the electrician and the plumber. And now we're getting ready to move on to our next posting. And before we go, I want to show you everything that we've done in here. This living room had wall-to-wall wallpaper, and it was a challenge taking it off. And there was carpet in the living room, in the dining room, and different colors of carpet throughout the bedrooms. This house is a Kent home. It was basically built in a factory in 1992, and then it was shipped here and it was assembled on site, just like a Lego house. This is the first house that we ever purchased. We've been living in military housing since 2012. If you don't know anything about military housing, it's very, very small living quarters. We've never renovated a house before, and we thought we were going to be challenged when we tackled this, but we found it really easy. Behind the sofa, there used to be a wall, actually 2 walls, a partition wall, and a corridor that went into where the closet area was. Walking in this front door meant that that door was banging against a wall, and in this corner was a closet that always smelled musty. And once we started tearing out this closet, we realized how easy it was to knock down a wall, which meant the wall that was actually sitting here, they had to come down too. You can see that we hardly ever use the front stairs. Look, we don't even shovel this in the winter. When you came in the house and you had that partition wall that blocked off the living room here, there was then a door that went through here. So we just decided to take off the door and open up the space completely. Now, we really did want to take out this entire wall altogether, but I'm really glad we didn't, and I'll show you why. You probably guessed it, yes, this is a load-bearing wall. And I'm really glad that we took down those 2 walls because it really did open up the space, otherwise the room would have felt really cramped. The flow of the kitchen works a lot better now. So when we first came in here, there was a wall right here. And now because we moved the fridge and the stove, we were able to open up this entire space, add new cabinets on this wall for a coffee station, and then we moved the stove over on this wall. We actually didn't intend on leaving our dining room like this, but over the years, we kind of got comfortable, just the 2 of us here, sitting right here having our dinner together. So when it is time to come and eat, we get our tablet out, we watch Judge Judy and have our dinner. This dining area, we had every intention on building bench seating, but to be honest, we don't know anybody here and we never have guests, which is why we always eat at the island. And this is the door to our garage. You want to see the garage? Well, I don't want to really show you this, but this is the reality of life. This is my husband's BMW project that he's been working on for over a year now, and this is the reality of his workspace. Oh, and the kitchen cabinets that came out of this kitchen, they landed right here. You can see all of his work clothes stay out here, and when you come into the house, there's only this tiny little landing spot for shoes. Because it's just the 2 of us, we just added this little rack for our coats, and our shoes pretty much stay here. We went with an IKEA kitchen. They have a 25-year warranty on all of their cupboards, and I really like the look of them. The counters we installed ourselves, and we purchased those at a company called Home Hardware. We added a new backsplash, leveled all the floors, and made sure while the trim was off that we would add the click laminate with no transition strips between any of the doorways, except the laundry room and the bathroom. It's nice to have an accent wall and to be able to change out that wallpaper, but I do wish that we didn't have to have the heat pump on that wall, but it's the best place in the house for it to be in order to distribute the heat and the cooling throughout the house evenly and consistently. The main floor has 3 bedrooms. The master bedroom is 13 by 12, and with new paint, new floors, new trim, it looks like a new room. This bedroom was labeled as a den, and it's 12 by 10. It can easily fit a king-size bed, but it doesn't have a closet. So we just use it as our workout room, our office, and I like to grow plants. And this is our smallest bedroom, which is 11 by 10, and we just turned it into a closet, well, for my husband. Renovating through the pandemic was a challenge, and tackling this bathroom was a little intimidating. Once we started tackling the tiles and the wallpaper, we realized it would be easier to just take out the entire drywall. With the walls open, we could see that there was no insulation and it was framed with 2x3. To know what we were doing, we had to watch a YouTube channel called Home Renovation DIY with Jeff. He helped. And we realized the cabinet for the vanity was still in good shape, and the countertop too, but it just needed to be repainted. So I used an appliance paint and it worked out great. Turns out tiling wasn't as hard as we thought it was going to be. We're really happy with how this bathroom turned out, and in the future, if we need to renovate another bathroom, we definitely won't be intimidated anymore. This laundry room was a simple change. New light, new cupboard, new floor, but we did make a mistake. The same towel we used in our shower, we put on our floor. And that's the mistake. It's really slippery, so if this floor gets wet, you can slip and go down easy. And why, yes, I do know from experience. And this is the door to our basement, so let's go take a look. I wanted no part of this basement, but my husband thought we should fix it up. We knew that in this posting in Nova Scotia, we would be here for at least 5 years, and he wanted a Dave cave. He thought it would be great resale if we have another bedroom down here with an egress window. So he put one in. Oh yeah, I guess we hired a guy to cut the concrete in the wall too. The previous owner also put in his own bathroom, and it was, a little sus. This basement was really musty smelling and it hung on to some fierce odors. We tore off all those white walls, and once we did, we found mold in behind, and so we tore out everything. Nope, we're not doing a Dexter thing. We have to dig up the floor. This house does have a French drain that's already in the center of the entire basement floor, but because the water table's so high, we decided to tie into it and put it around the perimeter of the basement floor. So once we tore out all the existing walls and put in a French drain, it was time to start framing. And let me tell you something about messes. When you're renovating around your existing stuff, it is, it's exhausting and it's very messy.
Renovating around our stuff is annoying, but there's the new bathroom. And this is a common area. And then this is going to be a bedroom. And then this is going to be a living room. And I'm embarrassed how messy it is, but fuck, what do you do with all this shit? Anyways, and this is just going to be like a workshop and we're not finishing it.
So here it is now, the workshop that we didn't finish, brand new bathroom, a big master bedroom with an egress window, and a new living room with a firewood stove. We also did a couple of big ticket items like installing a heat pump. This house relied solely on baseboard heaters and they were out of date. So we ripped those all out, replaced them with new ones for a backup system, and installed a heat pump. So this heats the entire upstairs and it also cools it in the summer. It's fantastic. The attic area also houses something called a Venmar system. It's an air exchanger, and all of the ductwork in ours was completely full of mold when we first moved in, so we had to tear it out and put in a brand new one. Outside, the house needed a little revamping as well. The front steps weren't safe. They were actually rotting out, so my husband built a new staircase. And that led to a new walkway. We repurposed the front sidewalk to the side of the garage, wrapped it around the backyard, and even poured a cement slab.
Okay, let's show you what we did today. It's drying. I can't believe we made our own walkway.
The mailbox needed a little bit of fixing up too. We hired a company to come and replace all the windows in our house, but we decided to replace the windows in the doors ourselves. There was a grading issue that needed to be addressed underneath the deck, and the deck needed to be stained.
Dave left yesterday, and I started sanding the deck. I did it. I did this all by myself. Dave is gone. He's gone for months until Christmas time, and I had nothing else to do, so I'm so proud of myself. It took so much time, and at the end of every day, I was so exhausted.
The French doors on the patio were starting to rot through, so we replaced it with a sliding patio door.
So this is our current project. That was the old patio door with these ugly lines in it, but it was rotted in the center outside. And look at, replace a patio door, you could take your siding off. Oh yeah, I wanted to show my patio door. Look. So we finally got it done. We had to move the siding, there's a lot to do. And the door's a little bit smaller, so we gotta paint the kitchen. I have to paint the kitchen. Dave built us a new step, which is great because the old one was very narrow and we have big feet. And this is what's going on in our world.
We also built this shed, a privacy fence, a new fire pit, and created gardens. So we did a lot in a 6-year posting. And now we're eager for our next posting to explore a new province and hopefully have a new renovation this summer. This living room had wall-to-wall wallpaper. Blah, 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 blah. This is how I warm up, blah, 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 blah. Oh my goodness.